Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's the Hump Day Happy Hour Salute. And today I enjoyed, because somebody cannot medically drink, Emperador brandy. So I had myself a little sip and brandy just before the show.
Nice.
We're all good to go. Good to see you back, Mr. Magazine.
Thank
you. I'd like to just let everybody know a couple of things right from the top, right from Jump Street, as we cool kids say, if it were 1988. Number one, it's good to have Mr. Magazine back.
Glad to be back.
Number two, it's going to be a shorter show today. Mr. Magazine, even when we were shooting the videos beforehand, can't sit for more than about 10 to 12 minutes. So if you see him getting up, standing up, doing a couple of laps around behind us, it's just because of his hip. So good to have him back, and good to have all of you here. Who is here, by the way, Mr. Magazine?
Well, first off is Nice Nova. How's it going? Let's see. Unpacking paper by 100 X-rated magazines. All right, best site to sell them to me. But if you wanted to sell them and get the most out of your buck, probably adult stuff only. I'm guessing I'll give them a little kick there. Yep. All free costs are killer. You never know. Let me know. Sometimes if it's good enough stuff, it might be worth it. All right. Guy Guru's in the house. How's it going? No, it's 90 degrees here, I think. So I did bring a hoodie in case I stayed late and went, but that's not going to happen. But
I don't think I own an orange tie. There's something for me to look for when I'm out sourcing.
Halloween, yeah.
I got to source one of those.
Marvelous Michael's in the house. How's it going? Super C is here. Let's see. I don't want to say Buffalo Bill. That's too common. So we're going to say Buckeye Bill is in the house. How's it going, Bill? Delightful Dawn. Thank you. Glad to be back. Thank you. Super Singing's in the house. Awesome Antiquarian. Let's see. Well, I'm getting a little better each day. I'm able to do a little more each day. I tried pushing myself too much a couple days ago, and it set me back a couple days. So don't want to do that. Jovial John's in the house. And exactly. Yep, you're right. Yep. Marvelous Movinian, if I said that right, is in the house. How's it going?
I think it's moving on.
Moving on. Well, I like Movinian. Okay, go say where's Target over in Europe.
Potato.
Well, the meds. I'm going to blame it on the meds. Triple J is here. How's it going?
All right, everybody. And why don't we start the show as we typically do? Let me ask you how your sales are out there. Let us know in the chat. And Mr. Magazine, how are your sales? You wouldn't know.
I barely know. Yes, I barely know. But the Amazon seems to be pretty strong. I'm going to say we're getting in early towards that Christmas season. We're selling a lot more toys. We're selling magazines. We're getting our 100 orders a day. So I feel like for us on Amazon, Christmas is going to be coming sooner than later, which is a great sign.
Well, I know I asked you when you were all medicated up, how are your sales? You're like, they're good. So yeah. I don't know.
I don't think so. Website's a little slow. I don't know what's going on there, but could always be better like it was. And eBay is still this roller coaster. One day it's, we're up a little bit, down a little bit. And then there's always a horrible day, usually around Sunday. So, and we're selling good stuff. I don't know what's going on, but we'll see. We'll see. Keep plugging away. That's all we can do.
All right. See how other people are doing out there.
Well, I got a story for that, for the rambling story, but we'll get that on later on.
Ultra Mega Putrid. That's a brand. Yeah. That's a t-shirt.
Wow.
That's a t-shirt.
Lucky Lou's in the house. How's it going? It is pretty bad. Lovely Linda. How you doing?
Good volume-wise, just a lot of lower. Okay, now that's interesting.
That's the opposite, yeah.
Yep, because Mr. Magazine and I were analyzing his sales before the show, and he was saying he's kind of going the other way. He's getting the higher price stuff of his is selling right now. And I know the Auction Professor did a video that he posted today where he was talking about how lower dollar value items didn't seem to be selling for a lot of people right now either.
Right.
Interesting.
All right, Triple J, unkind. Yeah, that's a nice way of saying crap.
I
Sure.
like that too.
Marvelous, Mr. Hot Wheels. Glad to be back. Thank you so much.
Worst week ever.
Well, it was the worst week for me physically, I think, in a long time.
Wow.
So, how's it going?
All right, could be a lot better. A lot, yes.
Normal's good.
So I'm seeing all across the board. Yeah, all over.
Sucky down 15%.
All over. Roller coaster on sales better than have been. Try searching eBay lately gives you anything that contains almost any part of the word you're searching for. Impossible to find anything. So now their search is all screwed up again. Jeez. Sales are up 500 to 1,000. Sold a KGB. Wow.
I'm surprised eBay even lets you sell that. Honestly.
Wow, that's cool.
That's very cool.
Very cool. Selling out of the blue plus bids on things I bought off Papergoys, whatnot, and stuff that's been up for years.
Nice.
Good
stuff.
It definitely is a roller coaster. I'm having not a great week this week. In fact, I've only sold 2 items today. But last week was good. And I know that a couple of people were chatting surreptitiously in my whatnot chat, and they were saying that they were having a terrible week because the week before had been really good. And sure enough, the same thing ended up happening to me. Definitely roller coaster over there. Promoted last week, actually, I sold 61 items on eBay, which is a lot compared to what I've been selling. 26 out of the 61 were promoted, which is well under 50% also. It's kind of very odd on that over there. And the offers report, now I expect this to continue to go down. You have the box checked on yours to automatically send offers, I expect?
Yes.
Okay, yep. So we're going to expect the offers to go down because I'm only keeping track of the offers that I manually send. I'm not doing tons of research to look in and say, how many did eBay send out? Just the manually sent ones, 139, which last week was 160 something. So it is down a little bit, but some portion of that could be automatic that I don't know about. So if 20 automatic offers went out, then we're about where we should be. 49 of them were older items as well. Steady, like the last 3 weeks or so, 3 platforms. Sold 1 item on $million.peddlers. Sold 1 item on Biblio. Sold 7 items on Etsy.
Wow.
That's like more than I've sold like the last 4 weeks. So I don't know what happened on Etsy.
That's huge.
They turned Etsy on for me.
How many items you got total on there?
700.
Wow. That's pretty good.
Yeah. 1 out of 100. Yeah.
If eBay had the same percentage.
Oh my goodness gracious.
God. Then you'd have to hire some help.
No one accepted offers. Yeah. Nobody accepted anything from me today. That's a whole nother thing. They're crazy. 74%.
Wow, that's great.
You are kicking butt and didn't even know it, Don. How about buys? I'm thinking your buy area is going to be pretty short.
My buy is very minimal. I got a couple steadies that come in weekly, so I usually handle that with my sister. They'll send pictures. Hey, I just went $100-$200, and she'll give them the money. I got a couple big adult magazine buys coming up out of state. One gentleman that bought from me for years. We went out there 5 years ago in Utah. That was the furthest we've ever driven. So I'm going back out. I'm not going out there, but Aaron will be going.
Well, you don't want to. You should drive out there.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, they'll clear me for that. Yeah, but
don't tell them you're a rebel and never ever be any good.
But yeah, we got a few out of state buys coming up, which is nice. Those are the ones I like because they're the bulk deals. They got the big, need the big truck, load up, a lot of bang for your buck. So, but that's about it right now.
Anybody else out there buying? Wondering if you guys are buying?
Let's see, Guide Guru.
I should put half my T-shirts on Poshmark, giving it a shot. 150 are up in 24 hours using Flip. Wow.
Cool.
Wow. I do not. They actually had a deal last year, and I looked into it, and I was going to do it. I just didn't have the time to do it. I'm planning on going onto there after I retire. 30 weeks, 2 days. Thanks for asking. But I do sell things on Biblio, and I can't argue. I sell a few things, and it's not higher end stuff that I'm selling.
Awesome. Amazon's in the house. How's it going?
150-mile yard sale. Spent $700.
Nice. That's the name of the game.
My buys. I went to the flea market, the public market. Spent $3 on 2 items because that's how I roll.
Nice.
Spent $120 at the other flea market. Picked up some old books that I'll be bringing over on Whatnot. A guy there that I have bought from a couple of times. And I showed the stuff to Mr. Magazine before the show, and he's like, wow, we got a good deal on that. The guy goes, I probably bought from the guy 5 times throughout the years. He goes, oh, I was hoping you were here. I put something aside for you. You like paper stuff, right? I go, yeah. He goes, I'm not sure what this is. And he brings out this big giant folder filled with stuff. And he goes, it's something or other to do with silk screening. And there were a lot of items in there. And I start looking through there, really neat items from the 70s, silk screen stuff. And he said, I need $5 if you can use it. And I started laughing and I said, why didn't you tell me that before you wasted my time? I'll just give you the $5. I
Yeah,
don't even need to look through it for
Exactly,
that.
Exactly.
So I'm going to be doing a little research on that and bringing that over to Whatnot. So some pretty neat stuff that I picked up over
Cool.
there. Got it right over there. So can't argue on that. This week, going over to Madison Bachville tomorrow morning. Hopefully it doesn't rain like it did today. Oh my goodness gracious.
We had some water at the warehouse.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
And I got a call from Random Neighborhood Kid. He goes, I've been in traffic for 40 minutes because the roadway was flooded. And so he couldn't get to where he got to work late. And I said, boss can't even be mad at you. It isn't like a snowstorm that, you got to leave at 6:30 usually, and you left at 6:35 and you got caught in the snow. No, it's flash flooding.
Yeah, exactly.
Who expected that?
Yeah.
So that was that.
Lucky Lee's in the house. He hopes the vasectomy went well. It seemed like one when I woke up.
Angry Birds plush, $1 a piece. Oh, wow. Can't argue with that.
Definitely not.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
Paper stuff and magazines. Oh,
cool.
Boy, you guys are all getting the deals that I wish I had. Yeah. Jeez. Counting scale to make doing inventory easier.
Nice.
Only doing choice buys.
Sounds
like people are back buying though again. Scream for her to keep going. Maybe doing it again. Well, I can sell you some stuff for it. Guess who's coming by? That is true. Indeed, there was a sinkhole over on one of the streets today. Somebody's car fell into it. Two people were injured in a sinkhole.
Wow.
And then a little bit later, there is a bridge with apparently, I don't know, I'm making it up because I don't remember what it's got, 10-foot clearance, and a gentleman driving a 10-foot, 2-inch high truck tried to make it through.
Jeez.
Didn't work. Spoiler alert, didn't work. He's going to be facing some hefty fines for that one over there. But guess who's coming by for the weekend?
I don't know.
Random Neighborhood Kid.
Ooh.
Because, get this. So, Mrs. Papergoy and I are going off to Madison Bachville for a couple of days. So, Random Neighborhood Kid is coming on over here, basically, I think, to steal food out of our freezer and hang out over here and eat all of our food so we can actually eat some square meals finally.
Cool.
Then, I'm not going to be into Mr. Magazine's Monday morning, because I got Madison Bachville Thursday, Friday, coming back Friday. I might meet Primetime out there, which would be kind of cool. Hopefully put up a haul video. Coming home Friday, going to pack. Papa Goy's not doing very well. His last wish is to have the entire family go out to Vegas.
Ooh.
So going out to Vegas Saturday morning early. Going to fly out to Vegas.
Next Saturday?
No, 2 days. 3 days, whatever it is.
Oh, okay.
Leaving Saturday morning.
Madison Bachville, then Vegas. Okay.
Driving back from Madison Bachville, got to then immediately the next morning leave for Vegas. Going to be in Vegas Saturday night, Sunday, leaving Monday, coming home, and then obviously won't be able to make your store. And then Tuesday, Mrs. Papergoy has some things, tests she's got to get over at the doctor as well. So it's going to be about the busiest 6 days that I've ever had right over there. So that is my thing. Yeah, if you can hit the like button. Oh, hello, Ron. Good to see you. Saw him down at the public market. He was selling a bunch of stuff over there. So I'm finally taking a sick day, Mr. Magazine.
Good for you.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Every bad 80s movie is going through my mind right now.
Oh, unplug the microwave. Very good. That's good information.
Yeah, I'm going to write on there. No, I'm going to hide the Rice-A-Roni.
Hopefully he won't watch Risky Business because you don't want to see that on your Ring cameras.
No, I do not want to see that. You're absolutely right about that. Yep. So we're all going out there for that. Should be fun. Glitch of the week. Well, Mr. Magazine had one. Luckily, not your doctor, but you had a glitch.
I was on a lot of medicine. Refresh my memory.
You were calling me panicking.
What was this for?
Amazon.
Oh, the what was it again? I really can't remember. I'm serious.
Update your payment information. They wouldn't give you any money.
Yeah, they held my money, and they just cleared it today, which was crazy. They just cleared it today. So why don't you tell them what happened? So it said my credit card. Something was wrong with my credit card. It's the same one I use for everything. There's plenty of money on there. I know that. And then I tried another one, and then that didn't work. And I tried another one, that didn't work. So it must have been like he said, a quick glitch. Then the next one I put on worked. So luckily it took about 10, 15 minutes of me getting nervous, thinking I'm not going to have my money. And then I got my money today.
Yep. Amazon wouldn't disperse his funds until he had a proper payment method on
there's
file.
no way 4 or 5 credit cards have wrong information on them when I've used them multiple times.
Discogs sent something over. They wanted me to verify and update some account information. It was legitimately from Discogs, no problem at all. Click here in order to do it. And again, a legitimate email. Click on it. Click on the link they provided. This page is unavailable right now. I said, do you even check your links before you send them out? Oh, thank you, Ron. So I had Paperpalooza this last Saturday over at Whatnot. And so I go there to my items and I put my first item up, no problem. Go put the second item up. None of my items are there. Nothing is loading. The page will not load. Page will not load.
Right.
I went over to giveaway, gave a giveaway, came back, no problem, whatever. Go back 2 items later, page will not load. Went to the giveaway. I'm like, oh, I can do another giveaway. Gave a giveaway, came back, no problem. A couple of items later, page will not load. Page will not load. I go, I'm running out of giveaways. I can't give away the whole. I can't give away the farm. So in the middle of that, and meanwhile I'm sweating bullets because I can't get my items to load. If you are on Whatnot, you do have that problem. Just click on a different tab and then back, and it fixes it.
I'm gonna do a quick stretch. Excuse me a second.
Yep. And then just before the show, because eBay felt left out of things, eBay gave me a glitch that the listing tool is not working right now. So had that great one over there too. Mr. Magazine just stormed off the show.
We just collapsed.
Good content. If you're going to collapse, do it on camera. Nah. Site changes. There was only one big site change that I saw this week, and that was over at Etsy. Now, when you put pictures up on Etsy, there actually is a text box that says you can describe what the cover is to help people that are visually impaired.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's kind of interesting that they're doing that over there. Item of the week is something or other that I picked up over at Avon. Have you ever seen this, Mr. Magazine?
I had one when I was a kid. I still may have one somewhere.
Oops. It's a really nice Spider-Man wallet, 1975. Really nice shape, high grade on this over here.
Very cool.
These go for between $30 to $50 on eBay, believe it or not, especially in this kind of grade. Found this out at Avon. Guy had it sitting over on his table. He asked 10. He was asking 10. I picked it up for 9 from him.
Cool.
Got a pretty good deal on that over there. But definitely do keep your look. They did do a lot of various Marvel things from the 70s, mid 70s. They did a lot of marketing. Certainly, if you can find the Marvel stuff from the 60s, that's through the roof in value.
Right.
There you go, buddy.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
I was hoping you'd put it in your pocket and your hip would give out.
Yes.
That would have made great content.
Great.
Photos took forever on eBay. Yeah, it was really high grade. Cannot argue with that whatsoever. All right, we'll try. We'll head on over into the insulting offer of the week. Mr. Magazine actually had one that even I find insulting.
Which one was that?
Mr. Magazine had a New Yorker magazine from 1979. He was asking $16. He got a $1 offer on it. Now, I was going to say flea market prices, except, remember how I said I bought 2 items at the public market?
Yeah.
One of them was a New Yorker magazine, and I paid $2 for it. So the guy offered you even less than flea market prices.
Crazy.
Got a letter that appeared from the IRS owing $10,000. Took to my account and verified a scam. She's seen 8 in the last few days. One for
Holy cow.
Wow.
Jeez.
Thank you. Yeah, we definitely will keep our eyes open for that. Expired camera film is always great. I've actually picked that up before. Yeah, I've actually made money off of that before.
Oh, my dad had those.
Yep.
For years, and I think we must have sold them on eBay at some point.
Yep. $5, 75% are always. Wow. And we didn't actually have that many insulting offers this week. I had a Paris Match July 1954 magazine. I'm asking $28 free shipping. The guy offered me $5, and he's out in California. So it's going to run me $6 something to ship.
Yeah.
And he offered me $5. Thanks. I think I'll pass on that. I had a $28, 23-cent Newsweek, $6 offer with free shipping to Florida with a note that said, I'm interested. No, you're not. Not if you're offered $6, you're not. And then I had a zombies painting that I picked up. It's a really cool painting I picked up at Heritage, $524 The guy offered $150 on it. And then's telling me, well, I used to own that. That was mine. I go, well, if you owned it, you know I bought it at Heritage.
So he must have sold it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know what I paid for it. You're offering me pretty much where I'm not making any money whatsoever on it. So
I think he wants to buy it back and sell it back to Heritage.
There you go. And hopefully find a sucker like me to buy it again.
Yeah.
Mr. Magazine got a email. Hello, friend. Gave his name. I noticed that you sell a lot of really cool stuff. I was wondering if you ever need people to buy your really cool stuff from at a deeply discounted lot style price. Yes. We'll sell you every piece of really cool stuff we have.
You know what I'll do? I'll set up a pod. I'll just fill it with magazines and records. Give me $10,000. I don't know what's in there. I don't care what's in there.
And Mr. Magazine actually had another WW2 photo stick from a bomber. Wow. Asking $20 each. Take these off my hands. Wow. That was darn nice of them. I'll take them off your hands for $1 more than what
they take up so much room, those photos. Jeez.
Mr. Magazine got an email. I just got home and found the package was left out in the rain. At least it wasn't your cake. Yeah. I guess it doesn't work. I will need to exchange it. On USPS's site, it says they left it on the porch, but they didn't. They left it at the base of the stairs that leads to the porch. I have included 2 pictures for you as well. I tried to go on their site to log a complaint, but I couldn't find a word to do that. Well, can you imagine if they actually had logged a complaint?
Yeah, right.
That would crash. So I just wanted to give you a heads up. If it doesn't work, obviously, I will be back in touch. Thank you. And that's where reselling kind of sucks at times because you're at the mercy of where they left it at.
Nothing you can do about it.
Absolutely nothing you can do about it.
They have the right to return it because eBay and Amazon allows it. Crazy.
Some interesting other things. I actually got my first offer. I don't know if you remember or not, but I'm very, very special.
Yeah.
And I'm over on Etsy with their make an offer thing. It's kind of a beta program they have over there. So finally, after 4 months or 6 months of being in their beta program, I finally got my first offer. So it's
nice.
It's going great guns. And the crazy thing about it is you don't actually get the offer. You get conversation from them as though they were asking you a question.
Yeah.
And the offer is hidden in the conversation as opposed to being a separate thing that says, hey, you have an offer.
Right.
So I accepted it because I wanted to see what happened. And it was a fair offer. I was asking 16. They offered 13. Yeah. But I also wanted to see what happened because, being very, very important. Did I mention how important I was?
Yeah.
As being part of this beta. Yeah. I accepted the offer and I didn't get an email saying that it sold. I got an email a few hours later when they paid. Yeah. So I don't know how they got notified on their end. Right. So it's kind of interesting over there. Did you see the news from Amazon?
I'm going to say no.
That's usually a pretty good answer.
I may have, but usually I send it to you. But go ahead.
They're worried about the amount of packaging that they use. So remember how a week ago or a couple of weeks ago I showed you the vitamins that just came in the mail?
Yeah.
That is going to be how Amazon starts sending things out now.
Wow.
Because they want to cut down on the packaging. So they're going to be a lot fewer boxes and all that kind of stuff going on. So there goes my...
I'm assuming it depends on the item that it can't get damaged. But are they going to send, say, a $5 book, hardcover? Are they going to send it in a Ziploc bag?
Right. Well,
because if it gets damaged, what's it worth then? $3? But if a $50 book, no. Like with us, if it's $50, it gets boxed no matter what. If it's a cheap book, it might go in a bubble mailer with a cardboard.
Well, I'm thinking more like there go my sketchy over-the-counter drugs that I've been buying, and and there go my Depends. I really don't want stuff like that just showing up.
Those can't get damaged though.
Oh yeah, I really want all the neighbors to see that. You should see that with my name on it on the package.
We got to buy Depends and then Magnums.
There you go.
Ship together.
Those. There you go.
Ship together.
I've been putting my books in Ziploc type bags from Dollar Tree before shipping. And that seems to be a workaround a lot of people are using nowadays, just because the bags are so expensive nowadays. The FTC is mulling some kind of a lawsuit against Amazon for the way they've been treating third-party sellers, which I think kind of explains why. I think Amazon saw the writing on the wall, and that kind of explains why about 6 months ago they got a lot more customer friendly as far as seller friendly.
Yeah,
because I think that there were some horror stories hitting Congress and hitting the basically people just getting suspended with no explanation, things like that.
Right.
And they've kind of revamped it now with the account health and all that stuff. And I think that's the reason why. Just got a sale. There we go.
Nice.
Awesome to hear. And then, do you know T. Kimball Brookers?
Doesn't that sound familiar?
His book collection is going up, and I forget if it was Sotheby's or Christie's, estimated value of his book collection.
Mm-hmm.
Take a guess.
$50 million.
You would be overpaying.
Oh.
It's only a $25 million collection. Piker.
Shot big.
Piker. He's got some extremely rare books from the 1500s, one of the major collectors of that.
Wow.
He's in his 80s, and his kids don't really care about books, so he decided to send it off there. Can you imagine having a $25 million book collection?
Well, I'd like to know what he paid over there because he's probably been collecting for 60 years.
Right.
So he's probably got books he paid $5 that are worth $50,000 now. You know.
Right. And he may have other books
Yeah.
he paid $25,000 that are worth $30,000 now.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
Oh, my Etsy item is still under review. Just to let you know.
How many weeks is it? Months? You might be retired by the time they review it.
Maybe it's in the queue to be reviewed. Maybe that's what's going on. Oh, what is going on, Mr. Magazine, with your shipping policies?
We got a lot more now.
You're right. So
I give up. You know, I don't know.
13 pages of shipping policies eBay just added for Mr. Magazine.
So when I paid my employee to do all this and he got it down to one page, I mean, it was not a lot. Did I waste time and money having him do that?
No, because what ended up happening was you would have had shipping policy A that eBay set up, and it would have had 2,000 items in it. Now eBay reset shipping policy A up, but it's got 42 items in it. So he's got to go through again and do it. And in a couple of weeks, eBay will reset that up. It'll have 4 items in it.
Is there any deadline again? I mean, I know they said there's going to be a deadline, but there can't be. They're still messing with everyone.
Well, no, you're good with the Ground Advantage. It's on there. They're just being eBay.
So it's safe to say once a month have them do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say so.
It's been a couple weeks, so we'll wait. We'll go with September 1st.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, because we want to be courteous to Mr. Magazine for some reason. I'm not really sure why. We're going to be heading right into the main topic. You ready for the big reveal?
Yeah, I can't wait.
It's called today Pivoting Your Reselling Business.
Okay.
Take it away.
Oh, you realize I was just in the hospital, right?
Wow.
Pivoting. Well, you really got me here. Pivoting my reselling business.
See, notice the basketball behind us?
Well,
Pivot.
I'm going to be honest with you. If eBay does not turn around,
Mm-hmm.
I really am thinking of like taking a lot of listings off and doing a lot less business with eBay. And here's one of the other issues. You know, one, we have 200,000 listings or whatever it is, and we're selling 30, 40 items a day that are on sale. And I'm taking offers. So, I mean, imagine if I didn't do that.
You would be like me.
How many? I would sell like 10 items. Like, it would be brutal. So I think I just have to have the time to pull, like, I want to pull all my eBay records off, end them all, because we don't sell, you know, we've sold some lately because I pulled some good 12-inch mixed singles out and stuff. But for the most part, end every eBay and go to a specialized company like Discogs. So say I got 10,000 33s, 30,000 45s. We're going to end all them at some point because, yeah, I have the enterprise store, and, you know, I'm paying for them it's pennies per listing. But we're not selling enough to justify anything like that. So if we ended it all, start going on Discogs, I guarantee, and there's no cost for Discogs until it sells, correct? So boom, that's great. But I want to start pivoting to, you know, clothing is going to come off. Now clothing is going to go on Poshmark. So my goal is to keep taking things off eBay because I don't see it getting better. And this is what really is going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back. We can get into it more next week, but I've made multiple calls regarding the adult. We haven't listed any adult stuff since they got rid of the adult, and you can list adult in small doses here and there. So we've called them 4 times, and each time
you got an answer.
We got an answer, but each time we could list more items. So the first time, it can't be any nudity, but it can be pre-1980 or 1970. Then you can do called again. It can be breast, but nothing below the waist. Called again. Then it can be everything full frontal, as long as there's drop downs. And we've gone through this 4 times with 4 different people.
Right, it can't be explicit.
Because we have all these Playboy cards, and we have all these photos and stuff, celebrity, adult, and all that. And they said, yep, you can have full frontal, because there's a ton of it on there. and some people show it all and some people block it off. And we said, the full frontal, can we block it off? Does it have to be blocked off, or can we show it? They go, it's your choice. Either way works. As long as you're using new drop down, they're saying, and it's considered art, so it can't be like
nothing explicit.
Right,
Yeah.
Two people making love, kissing, anything like that. So that's what we've been doing for 2 months, and now we have 2,000 listings up. And what we just had one was a violation. It was a Playboy card from a 1960s Playmate, but because they're saying the card was listed in sold or made in the 1990s, that's a violation, which they never told us that before. Which, if you go on there, there's a million people selling Playboy cards, and they've all been made since 1990 to present.
Yeah, right.
And they're all showing nudity, and they're saying you can't show any nudity unless it's pre-1970, and their rule used to be pre-1980. So, and again, if we have to end these 2,000 listings, what is eBay really doing for us? I mean, like, really, just what can I list there? It'd be just like, maybe I just list my rare action figures, rare magazines, and just put that type of higher end stuff on, and then go to other sites. If I got books, 10,000 books on eBay and 10,000 books on eBay, put them on, whoever, Abe's books, Biblioteca, whatever. So I think that's where I'm pivoting, if that's the answer you're looking for. It may not be for a year. There's a lot going on, and, getting back in the swing of things, school starting up, Christmas. So maybe, January 1st, we're going to start doing it. I don't know, but it's one of those things where we've already ended 20,000 magazines that have been on eBay for 8 years. We're just going to keep doing it because we need room in the warehouse. We're either going to throw some magazines out, store them, relist them, whatever. But definitely getting away from eBay is a good pivot for me, I think, down the road.
Well, and that's funny because I didn't know what your answer was going to be. And I'm going heavy whatnot in my near future. Okay. I know a lot of people are bailing on it. A lot of people are less than happy with the site. Yeah. But I think the site's going to clean itself up. And I'm also, the areas I sell in are book and ephemera, which tend not to have nearly as many problems on that.
Well, and that might be an option I try with certain things and whatnot, or you help me do it. Yeah. Or so definitely opening up to more options. Amazon's still going to be in the future, the website, the DVD site, but eBay, I think we're just going to start shrinking that, moving forward.
And a lot of people aren't doing the whatnot because between the licenses, the controversy with the breakers, all that kind of stuff. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a ton of it, to be honest with you, but we can always talk at some point and see what I can come up with for you.
But you were going to ask me a question, Mr. Magazine.
Really?
You were.
Okay.
Why are you pivoting to whatnot?
Yeah, why are you pivoting to whatnot?
I'm glad you asked me.
So easy to do this show.
Here's my thought process, and I actually ran this by you the other day. I've got 50,000 unlisted items. I go to Madison Bachville and I buy 200 items. Do I then want 50,200 unlisted items? Or would I rather stay at my 50,000 items and sell those 200 items on whatnot? Granted, a few things will go whatnot, or a few things will go eBay, a few things will go Amazon. Yeah. But I've been doing this for years. I've got contacts. There are dealers that I'm going to meet out at Madison Bachville that will save stuff for me. They'll bulk things out to me because I buy from them every single year. Mm-hmm. The buying isn't the hard part. The selling is the hard part. And I've always gone and, okay, I pick up those 200 items and I pay $200 for them. Whatever, $1 an item.
Yeah.
And I've always been, okay, I can sell these and I'll end up getting, that's great, except I don't sell them. As we did a show right before one of our studio shows, I was pointing out to Mr. Magazine next to us just the piles of the stuff that I have just from the last Madison Bachville show that I went to. I'd much rather pay $200 for the stuff at Madison Bachville and sell it for $800 over on whatnot, but move it all within a few weeks because there's always another show coming.
Yeah.
There's always another deal coming along. Mm-hmm. So I've pivoted now, or I am pivoting now to that sort of thing because, again, I've got too much stuff. Right. And I was telling Mr. Magazine before the show about an item that I sold over on whatnot, and the person that bought it did get a good deal on it.
Yeah.
It goes for about $30 over on eBay. I got 15, except I sold it in a week over on whatnot in a show, and I got $15 out of it, and I had nothing into it, let's just say. So that's kind of what my pivot is, because again, maybe if I had a bunch of employees and I had a gigantic warehouse and all that kind of thing, I could continue to do, I'm not making fun of you on that. I'm just saying, maybe at that point, I wouldn't be running out of space. Maybe at that point I could get everything listed or close to everything listed that I'm buying.
Right.
In my situation, I cannot.
Well,
I've got to change something.
Even if you can do that moving forward, that's your plan.
Yes.
Great plan. It's working. You find 200 items, you list, sell them, and whatnot, whatever. Well, you still have 100,000 items that are just going to always be here.
Yes.
So,
right. So
you got to fix that as well. Yeah.
Right. And I actually did have a conversation today with Whatnot. They will be pushing a few booksellers. They sent me a scheduler, and if I can schedule a certain number of shows and get the shows into their scheduler, they'll do some push notifications for me as well, hopefully to draw more buyers in to help me sell and also help the site draw people in as well. So, and that was fortuitous because I had actually come up with the idea for the show and come up with this idea to be selling more stuff on Whatnot before they even contacted me. And then they contacted me, and they contacted me right before I'm set to go to Madison Bachville. Well, certainly now I'm going to be changing my buying out there to buy more things just because of this opportunity. I don't want to throw the dirt on eBay yet. I still have hope for the site. The site's treated us very well throughout the years. I hope that they get some management in there that knows what they're doing. Hopefully they get some people in there that understand that they're not going to make their money just catering to high-end sneakers and high-end watch dealers or watch buyers. That's not the way to go. That's not what the site is. Hopefully, eBay Motors seems to be doing fairly well. They do a fair amount of advertising for it. Hopefully eBay does change things. And, this is just, it's been a little longer than we like, but a bit of a slowdown, a bit of a anomaly, and things will pick up. Hopefully. That being said, buying the amount I buy and selling as slowly as I sell. I mean, I've sat here some weeks and told you I've sold 32 items. Where am I going selling 32 items on eBay with 21,000 listed?
And you've been buying more than me last couple months, at least buys, amount of buys. I'm sure you've been buying more than me.
Well, I want you to think about this. I held I held 3 auctions last week on Whatnot because I was part of Paperpalooza. I had a book auction and I had the regular ephemera auction. I had probably 90% sell through, and I listed what's 27 plus 42 is 69. Nice. Plus 36, 105. So I sold 90 items on Whatnot last week. I had a good week on eBay and I sold 60 some.
Right. Crazy.
So for me, moving the product definitely is there. And I guess what we want you to do is we want you to sit there and see the writing on the wall. And for too long, I didn't. I kind of got into doing things the same way from about 2011 through about 2016. I didn't change anything. And my sales, year by year went down a little more each year. And I was making a little less money each year. It was almost like, postage is going up.
Yeah.
I still, at that time I was charging postage, but I had the old postage prices on it. I didn't raise my postage prices fast enough. I was still buying the same stuff, even though I still had some of that same stuff listed and it wasn't selling, and so on. So I think it's more important now than ever to be nimble. I think it's more important now to see the writing on the wall. And I think it's more important now to pivot your reselling to whatever does work for you. And just because eBay worked for you in 2021 or Amazon worked for you in 2021 or insert site here worked for you in 2021 doesn't necessarily mean it's the best solution for you right now. So always be willing to keep your eyes open, always be willing to pivot. I'm doing over to Whatnot. You did it to your website and the adult DVD site. You're thinking of moving stuff off eBay. I'm going to list fewer things on eBay, even after retirement. Even after retirement, I think I would rather hold an extra Whatnot auction as opposed to list stuff on eBay that may sell in 4, 5, 6 years. I've already got a lot of stuff that'll sell in 4, 5, 6 years. I don't need to stock more of that stuff. So hopefully that helps you a little bit. Like to know your thoughts on that. Certainly. Do comment down below if you're watching us on the replay. And because I see Mr. Magazine is fidgeting worse than an 11-year-old in church, we're going to head on into the rambling story of the week.
All right. I'm going to make this a quick one from my post-op surgery. I knew I was getting anesthesia. I didn't know to what extent I was getting anesthesia. I figured my leg was going to be numb. I did wake up. And
you didn't want to be the tough guy and go, no anesthesia for me.
No, definitely not. Knock me out.
Give me bourbon.
Yeah, I'm either waking up or never waking up. Those are my options. But yeah, so I woke up and there was a body part below my waist that was completely numb, along with my whole lower body. So I was a little concerned.
So basically everything from the waist down.
Yes. Yep.
No feeling.
So I saw the nurse. I said, we got a problem here. There's this body part is numb. I can't feel it. She was your legs. I go, no, I don't care about my legs.
I don't care about.
I care about this. Is this gonna come? Is this the numbness gonna come back? And she started laughing and she goes, oh, you'll be fine. Just give it some time.
That's funny.
I was a little nervous because I didn't expect that. I did expect at least my left leg to be numb. Right. And it's still a little numb in the area there, and it takes a week or two, whatever. But
so let me ask you a question, and a serious question. No, they injected you where?
The spine. For the anesthesia, spinal.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, because I was wondering if they injected you on the left side and it was, your right hip had it, but wow. Yeah. Okay, so that was hardcore stuff.
Yeah, it definitely took a few days to get that area,
everything feeling
the right leg in it. Yeah, so I was walking, but it was the upper thigh area where the hip was, it was still numb. So from the knees down was not numb. So I'm getting some,
wow,
feeling back. But yeah, it's a work in progress. I thought I'd be back to work in a couple of days, and I tried doing that 2 days later for a couple hours here and there, and my ankle swelled up like a softball. So
wow,
definitely got to stay elevated and do everything I'm supposed to be doing, stretching, PT, and so forth. And hopefully in a week or so we'll be back to driving in that. So
because I'm always a bearer of good news for you, Mr. Magazine.
Yeah,
I want to put a smile on your face.
Okay.
This was your left hip and it was successful.
Right.
You're halfway done.
I am halfway done.
Because right after it's done, you'll get your right hip done.
Well, the good news is all the pain I had in my right leg from compensating the left is all gone. So my right leg's perfect right now. So
we'll do it anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll do it anyway.
Yeah.
Let's see what everybody said out there and we'll head on out.
All right.
Churn and burn technique. Yep, that's and again that was something that I never did before. True. Because I always was worried about leaving money on the table with this inventory. It doesn't bode well for eBay. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yep.
And like I said, not that I'm giving it until Christmas, but we'll see if it's going to turn around. It better turn around at some point before Christmas.
That is a worry with eBay. It doesn't seem to set up to grow a business anymore. It absolutely is not, Dan.
Right.
Random Neighborhood Kid, as we said, when he first started, when he was trying to sell on there, they had him capped at 5 items a month. How can you possibly grow a business at 5 items a month?
Like, who's running that and comes up with that idea? Like, that's how it should be. That's crazy. Why would they change?
I mean, I understand if he's on there listing 5 new iPads.
Right.
Yeah, you want to give it some time. But if he's listing a $12 item, oh look, he sold. He got a feedback. Let's reset and give him 2 items for every feedback. He gets.
And the worst is I've been on eBay 27 years, and every time we call them, oh, that's great, that's great. Then when I wanted to put those 45s on a separate store, same rules apply. I couldn't just put 20,000 listings up. It's got to be 5. And who needs it? I mean, they're costing themselves money.
Right. Yep. Yeah. Those will become a wholesaler and whatnot since you have the connections. Yeah. Yep. And that's kind of where
I may go that route, or just give you my inventory and you do an extra day or two. I mean, who knows? Whatever. We'll figure something out.
Yeah. But all right, everybody. We want to definitely thank you. A few hours get the feeling back in my leg. Yeah. Want to thank you all. I want to definitely thank Mr. Magazine. He was a warrior tonight. Definitely do appreciate him coming on out. I know it's been a little bit difficult for him. So I'm going to take this time to filibuster like they used to do in the old movies, and I'm going to read the phone book. Well, he has to sit there the entire time.
Oh, great.
Yeah, 5 items. Yep, absolutely.
Jeez.
They would up your limit. Yep, nope, they don't do that now. But again, want to thank everybody for coming on out. Hit the like button if you could. We've got some great videos coming up. I will not be doing my Whatnot book auction tomorrow because I'll be off in Madison Bachville. If you are in that area, Canastota, Utica, Syracuse, definitely worth stopping out there. Come by and say hi. If you're in Vegas this weekend, come on up and say hi. Otherwise, and if you're at the doctor's office on Tuesday, come up and say hi. HIPAA rules, you can't come up and say hi to me. Hit the like button and we will see you next video.
All right. Thank you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.